Hello and welcome to UCS Presents Wellness Moments. I'm Lorna Mattern, I'm the Executive Director of UCS. We are proud to offer this series, which brings in content experts to discuss relevant information with you in just about 15 minutes. Today I'm here with Amy Fella, Director of Operations at UCS and Coordinator of our Wellness Program. And today we're going to talk a little bit about wellness and our wellness program and how you can help yourself with wellness tips and ideas, as well as helping your family or friends, or if you're an employer, help your employees towards wellness. And so welcome, Amy.
Good morning, Lorna.
So let's start off, if you could, just talking a little bit about the UCS Wellness Program.
Sure. So our worksite wellness program at UCS is comprised of a robust worksite wellness committee. We have representation from various programs and divisions across the agency, and that includes Lorna Mattern as our executive director, and different area leaders and staff from all different program leads. We meet monthly to plan initiatives and activities and opportunities for our staff that address the 5 dimensions of our staff's whole health, body and mind. Our worksite wellness program was designed to support our staff in making healthy lifestyle choices by promoting a culture of wellness. And as a certified center of excellence, we support our staff in focusing on their own physical and emotional wellness in order to support the journey of wellness for our clients. And as most people here probably are aware, that aligns with our agency's mission, which is building a stronger community by empowering individuals and families to live healthy, meaningful lives.
Amy, you mentioned the 5 dimensions of wellness. I'm not sure if you were able to talk about those specifically. What are the 5?
Sure. The 5 dimensions that we focus our programming on are environmental, social, financial, emotional, and physical.
And how have you implemented those? What kind of initiatives support those 5 dimensions?
So for environmental, those things are based on where our staff are at work. So at UCS, we provide water coolers and filtered water at each of our locations. We have kitchens and kitchenettes that have microwaves, refrigerators, places for people to prep their own healthy foods that they might bring from home. We have picnic tables outside for people to enjoy fresh air while they're having lunch with their colleagues. We have an employee garden that is just fantastic. It's based here at our main office. And UCS provides the land and the seed and fertilizer to have staff be able to grow food. And just in 2020, we didn't really have an employee garden with the pandemic. But in 2019, our committee made a decision to post signage around that garden. And it was really for anyone. So anybody that walked to Ledge Hill Drive and saw some of those beautiful tomatoes that we always have such success with could stop by and pick a few and take them home with them. So that's always been a really great initiative for us. We have the social dimension, and we find a lot of success there with social media platforms. Facebook, we have some closed groups, and people tend to really enjoy having some connection there. The financial area, we've done some financial health workshops, and we partner with some community locations and banks to help us with that with our staff. Emotional, we do mindfulness activities such as guided meditation, restorative yoga. We partner with Invest DAP, which has been just a fantastic resource for not just our staff, but also the supervisor level. They've just got really great support services in place for us. And then physical is a lot of fun. We do meetings on the move, and that's where supervisors can go out for a walk with their staff instead of sitting at a desk yet for another hour. We do physical health challenges and health screenings that really help folks identify where their base health levels are at.
And I happen to know that you also just created what you're calling a Zen Den, which is a nice space as far as for mindfulness and wellness and taking a break, where staff can go and be by themselves and meditate and listen to some calming music and do even yoga within the space. And it's a rather small space, but it's enough really for somebody to just kind of take a break and get away and then come back re-energized for productive work after.
Yeah.
And how do you see the wellness initiatives benefit staff? Do you have a particular story or anything that you've noticed with staff in general?
So most recently, we started running a New Year, New You program, and we partnered with Andrea Malinowski of Options Health and Fitness. And she had 6 participants participate over 6 weeks and created a YouTube channel where folks could check in, do some homework, and come back. And we had some really nice feedback from a couple of staff just to the level of support that they felt, not just from Andrea, but UCS as an employer, how they really felt that they took time to focus on themselves, on how they were able to identify stressors in the background and how they dealt with those stressors and what really is behind those in. So that was really nice to hear from some of our staff.
That's great. So what are you noticing now with the pandemic? How has your wellness initiatives changed? And what have you noticed that have been struggles perhaps with some staff?
So the pandemic, of course, has shifted the way we all do things. So it used to be wellness activities were either in a large space here in one of our buildings at UCS, or out in the parking lot, or out on a trail together. And of course, we had to shift and be nimble and flexible and meet staff where we're at. And most of the time, that's virtually. So we've done a lot of things on Zoom, a lot of things on Teams. Most recently, we did a mailing to all staff. We did a letter checking in, talking about winter and how the days and nights can be long and cold, and how it forces us to want to hibernate a little more. But with that letter, we sent this really fun winter UCS beanie and gave folks ideas to not just do themselves as employees, but with their families. And some of those things were doing a scavenger hunt. You can do that any time of the year. Also going out and having a winter bonfire. Stargazing outside. I know my son last night was just in awe of all the stars because, the nights were just, the sky was really clear and really dark, and it was easy to see some constellations. And then there's just great resources around us. Prospect Ski Mountain to do some cross-country skiing and snowshoeing, as well as Mile Around Woods in North Bennington and Hildene and Manchester. So just making sure staff have those connections and those resources to feel connected to us in the way that we give them information and support them, while they can also do those things with their families, since it's not safe yet to do those together as staff. We have heard from a lot of staff over the course of the year, isolation, anxiety, stress. I mean, none of those things are surprises. We're all encountering those things right now. So we continue to push out stress reduction tools, such as guided meditation, such as mindfulness activities. We partnered with InvestEAP to do some webinars for our staff, supporting the staff at the individual level as well as the family level, helping folks change with times and cope while we're not just at home working, but also helping our children, whether that's through remote learning or a hybrid learning, while we're also trying to manage our own worlds with work. So it's been a lot of shifting. I think that we've been successful. We're looking forward to the restrictions easing a little bit, where we might be able to be outside again in a tent or in a safe distance as the warmer weather approaches.
So what would you suggest if I'm in the community and I'm watching, or I'm an employer who's watching and thinking, we don't have time for that, or we don't have money for this? What do you suggest? What could people do very easily this afternoon? It's beautiful outside in early March. What could people do today with employees as their own person, how to reduce stress or work towards wellness? What are some of the things that you would suggest people do?
Yeah, so on an individual level, a day like today, literally put on your sneakers, go outside, go for a walk. If you're in an area in town, put your mask on. I know that I've been going out for walks with Lorna, who is my director, my executive director, and we wear masks so we go for walks and have some meetings on the move. If you're an employer and you're looking to include some wellness initiatives, reach out. We've done virtual coffee breaks where we literally schedule a 15-minute block of window, create a Zoom link, send it out to everybody. The first question we got the first time we did it was, is there going to be an agenda? Are we going to work, right? And it was no, there's no agenda. Show up with your coffee, your tea, your water. Show up with your pet, show up with your child if you want. But let's just say hello. We've been in this place for a year, so a lot of people, I think, still feel that disconnect and that isolation. And then there's just, again, there's so much within our own communities. I think, take a walk at one of the local parks, go to Mile Around Woods, go to the Equinox Preserve in Manchester. There's just so much all around us to take a breath. Apps that are out there for mindfulness, guided meditation. We do know that that's really effective in anxiety and stress, taking those 5 minutes to clear your mind, reset, recenter. And there's a lot of great free apps out there. As an employer, if dollars become part of the barriers that exist, we have been really lucky to work with our health insurance providers. They tend to give us money to support some of the initiatives for our staff. And of course, there's outcomes and there's metrics that are based around those things. But we know that our insurance providers also want to make sure that our staff are working towards those healthier lifestyles, and they're usually willing to partner. And we've been really fortunate to have some great partnerships there.
For those people who may not have that ability for partnerships, do you think an employer could do a low cost, no cost wellness program for staff?
Absolutely. And again, as an employer, find your people who are those champions. There are staff who love to cook, love to shop, love to search for recipes, love to get outside, go for a walk. They may already have an exercise routine that they want to share. That too, a Zoom link with somebody doing their beach body workout in the morning, or walk away the pounds with Leslie Sansone, whatever those things are. Staff can literally share a link and they can all be together. And I would say that most, if not all, have those wellness champions within the workplaces.
And certainly you're one of those wellness champions. You love to cook healthy and share that with staff. You love to go for walks, go do other challenges and share that with staff as well, which helps everybody just kind of gather together and support each other in wellness. And even if it's as simple as just drinking more water, those are the kinds of things that we can all do.
Yeah, that's right. The wellness committee that we have here at UCS, every member that sits on that committee, they are a champion in one area or another. People step up, they bring ideas to the table, they hear things within their own work areas, and people are excited and energized to share the things that they love with their coworkers.
So Amy, thanks for joining us. It's really exciting to think that really anybody out here could do anything for themselves for wellness without money, without buying big equipment, getting outside, drinking more water, taking a walk. And certainly during the work week, when we think that we're so busy, we can't take a break. What a great thing it is to do a meeting on the move where you go out with your coworker or supervisor and talk work, but get out and move.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us. Thanks for sharing your ideas and thoughts. And hopefully we'll talk again soon. And hopefully people will get out there and take advantage of the good weather and go for a walk.
Thank you, Lorna.